nature, and you and I can live for God in that can't live for God in that old nature. If you continue to live in that old nature, you must not be a child of God. Somebody says then, if a child of God sins, what's the difference between him and the lost? The difference is simply this: when the lost man goes out at night and paints the town red, he comes back and says, I'll get a bigger brush and a bigger bucket and paint next time. Wow, I want to live it up. While a child of God, if he does a thing like that, will cry out to God, oh God, I hate myself for what I have done. And this idea today that you can somehow train your old nature and live in it is false. That's the thing that leads to legalism. Legalists, uh, well, I call them Priscilla uh, good buddies and goody goody gumdrops. Those sweet, lovely people who are trying to control the flesh, they are so pious. I want to tell you, they are the worst gossips you have ever met. Dr. New has put down some very interesting statements, which I would like to pass on to you. To hope to do better is to fail to see yourself in Christ only. You say, I hope to do better. You know, you're not. You need to see yourself in Christ today and realize that only the Spirit of God moving through you can accomplish this. And when Newell says again, to be disappointed with yourself means you believed in yourself. Somebody says, oh, I'm so disappointed in myself. Well, you had better be disappointed in yourself. You know no good thing is coming out of the flesh, friend. Stop believing in yourself and believe that the Spirit of God today can enable you through the new nature to live for God. Also, Newell says to be discouraged is unbelief. Somebody says, oh, I'm so discouraged. My friend, that means you don't believe God. God has a purpose and a plan, a blessing for you, and you need to lay hold of it. Here is another statement: to be proud is to be blind. We have no stand before God in ourselves. Oh, my friend, you see yourself as God sees you. Herein is a final gem. The lack of divine blessing comes from unbelief, not a failure of devotion. I am sick and weary of the super duper pious, dedicated Christians who talk about their devotion. My friend, the lack of divine blessing comes because we do not believe God. It is not because of a lack of devotion. Oh, to believe God today. Now, real devotion arises not from man's will to show it, but from the discovery that that blessing has been received from God while we were yet unworthy and undevoted. Nothing I get from God has come through my devotion. I haven't anything to offer Him. It comes because of His marvelous grace. And I've seen these folks who preach devotion troop down to dedicate their lives in service. I got so sick and tired of seeing that same crowd come down, and you could not trust them, my friend. They were liars, they were dishonest, they were gossips, and they would crucify you. May I say to you, you do not need to dedicate yourself. What you need today is to believe God can do something and you can't do anything. Now, somebody says that's pretty strong. I hope that it is. I intend for it to be that way because Paul is making it very clear here. The carnal mind is enmity against God.